Hello Internet, welcome back to Bazzle Spot Live. Today we're going to be doing something I've never done before, a QR code team. I don't like using other people's teams, but this one I do quite like. I mean it's very different to how I would build a team, but it is a team, as I'm sure you can recognise. They got second place thanks to Graham Amedee at the North American International Championships. It is an offensive team, and I do like using offensive teams, but this is built very different to how I would build an offensive team. I don't use Tailwind for whatever reason. I just don't really like using it. And I never use Kyogre either. So, like, if there's ever a weather war, it's always I'm the Groudon. Like, you know, I either on Gravity teams or the team that we used last week, which did have a Lunala as well, too, but different sort of Lunala. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting trying to get to grips with Kyogre and this team in general, because it feels like offensive teams like this, you need to know what to lead into things. You need to know what to do to actually do well with them, else, you know, I mean, I've seen many times people trying to use my teams and failing, and hopefully I'm not going to be the one failing with this team, but you never know, do you? As we find Gaming from Japan with a rating. So yeah, the rating is reset on here. I guess there's a new Battle season, but this guy has just got a Xerneas Groudon team. There's a Gengar though. There is a Gengar though, and a Meowstic, which is something you don't see every day. But Meowstic possibly has Trick Room, maybe Fake Out, perhaps. But I'm looking at that Gengar and thinking it's maybe going to be a little bit of an issue for us. I'm thinking maybe Tapu Lele would be a decent lead here. Tapu Lele, because we are Scarfed. This is a Scarf Lele. We can threaten the Gengar and the Komodo. We can Magic Room on potential Xerneas. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go this. I don't know if Graham ever led like this, but I'm going to go MEDICHAM Lele with both the restricted Pokemon in the back, and we'll see how this goes. And keep our fingers crossed. But yeah, I feel like with a team like this, Graham led MEDICHAM Lunala quite a lot, just so there's a Fake Out and a Tailwind, and went from there. But I don't know. I mean, I didn't watch every one of his games, obviously, but things like Salamence, things like Gengar that can one-shot MEDICHAM, Rayquaza, as we saw in the final against Wolf, actually, seems to be maybe a bit of an issue for this, but I don't know, we'll see. So we have got the Gengar lead, but there's a Groudon here as well. Now, does he know I'm Scarfed? Does he know it's Christmas? It's not as far away from Christmas as it could be. Ooh. So if he knows I'm Scarfed, let's see what his potential plays might be. Because you can probably think what I'm thinking right now. So if he knows it's Scarfed, maybe he protects. He hasn't really got much for it, has he? To be honest. I'm just thinking, like, if he knows I'm Scarfed, he'll protect, play defensively in some way. I can High Jump Kick and Psyshock into Groudon and knock it out. High Jump Kick is very, very powerful. But this is the first battle with this team. This is maybe me being a little bit more cautious. I'm just going to Psyshock into the Gengar. But I really want to double into the Groudon. Ooh. It's Finny coming in, okay. So I'm glad that I did target the Gengar, at least. Finny is not going to appreciate this High Jump Kick. You know, High Jump Kick obviously is not very effective on the Fairy type, as is Tapu Fini. But this is a very, very, very powerful attack. It really is. So I'm looking forward to seeing the damage here. We have got Poison Jab on MEDICHAM as well. So yeah, there is a Protect there. So I guess technically a double into the Groudon slot would have been better. But let's see. Yeah, we hit the High Jump Kick at least. That is a lot of damage. That is a potential 2-hit KO. That's mad. That's absolutely madness. He hasn't got any Intimidates in the back. So, okay, so I'm definitely Psy-Shocking that Gengar. But I'm just thinking, do we want to risk the high jump kick being a roll, going for another one, expecting maybe a switch to something else? Or do we want a Poison Jab here? I think I will just Poison Jab because maybe... I mean, I kind of want to double into the Gengar here too, but I'm not going to. I don't want into Icy Wind or anything. But maybe... no switches. Maybe the Finny might have protected. That's why maybe I thought... I'm saying maybe a lot. I shouldn't have. I just picked into it. But Poison Jab will get it here. Yeah, nice one. We're seeing the power of Medicham and Tapu Lele here. So we've seen Groudon. What was his last Pokemon then? We've not seen it yet. Can't remember what his other restricted Pokemon. Oh, it was Xerneas, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we're definitely not out of the water here because the Xerneas can very easily. We've just shown him Poison Jab. The Xerneas can very easily protect here on a double as he maybe erupts or Precipice Blades. We have got Lunala and Kyogre in the back, so that Groudon isn't really an issue for us. And I really need to stop that Xerneas from Geomancying. We've got Roar on Lunala, but these are his last two Pokemon, so obviously we can't Roar him in this situation. I think the Xerneas protecting here is very, very, very obvious, but I think I've got to double into it here. Like, it's one of those situations where, like, I know kind of what's going to happen, but I've just got to do it still. Oh, okay. Because if Xerneas survives here, if it attacks, it's not Geomancying. If he does Geomancy, I don't think Groudon should knock out Medicham, and it would probably be in Bullet Punch range. But we'll see if Medicham survives this. I think it will. And if he did Geomancy there, if it survived, oh wow, it does knock it out. Whoops. Then we've got Bullet Punch as well too. But okay, so if he'd protected the Xerneas there, we would have been in more of a sticky situation. This Kyogre is very fast, so I would have been expecting to outspeed the Groudon and knock that out. Maybe being faster than the Xerneas, you never know. I think we still would have been okay, actually. Yeah, I think we still, because we've got Lunala in the back, which can take an attack with its Shadow Shield as well too, and we still did have the Z move on there. We still had Psyshock as well on there as well too. But yeah, I think we would have been fine either way. I think I just had to target the Xerneas that turn. So him not protecting is probably just a last ditch hope that I didn't attack it, I guess. But yeah, all right, I'll take this first game and start to climb the ladder again. Then I think there has been a reset, so nice. Tapu Lele doing the business. And Medicham doing the business as well too, although not surviving a Precipice Blade. I expected Medicham to survive there. I know it's not the bulkiest thing, but Mega Evolving, it probably does get like an extra 20 base stats into defense or something. I'm guessing. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I thought we'd have been able to take it, but I don't know. Maybe if I was using Medicham, that's a calculation I'd look at, and I'd wonder how close I am to surviving it. But let's look for another game, and maybe I don't know. Like, I think the battles are going to be fast with this team, either fast winning like that or fast losing, like hopefully not this next battle. But I don't know. It's really interesting, isn't it? Because like my team's and Graham's team here, which, by the way, I did find quite amusing, because if you've known Graham for a while, you know his team from last year. He had Mega Lopunny with an offensive Zapdos that had Roar and Tailwind on it, and I think maybe the Z move as well too, which is basically just replicating, or this is replicating that with the Medicham and the Lunala, instead of the Medicham and Lopunny rather, and Zapdos. But this guy has got some rating points, something 1%, with another Kommo-o and another Xerneas, although that's not as surprising. So, Mr. 1%. He's got one fake out in Kangaskhan. Which does scare me a little bit, maybe. I mean, Medicham is obviously very good against Kangaskhan there, but I don't know. I think Medicham Lunala is okay here. We do want our Kyogre in the back, but the Amoonguss could be an issue. Landorus, I'm not sure is going to be an issue. Maybe it will be, I don't know. I'm just wondering, it's either going to be Lele or Coco that I bring in the back. I've just ignored Nihiligo completely, haven't I? Either Lele or Coco. Coco is a bit more passive in protecting us from Amoonguss. I think I am going to go with Lele again. You did a good job for us in the last game. And just threaten the Komodo, just threaten the Amoonguss, just threaten the Xerneas with a Psyshock as well too for a decent amount of damage. And there's a potential psychic terrain for Kangaskhan fakeouts as well too. And we can hit Landorus with it as well. Coco wouldn't really do too well against Landorus. But let's get back into the mindset and okay. Think what we're gonna do. I think you've got to imagine he's gonna be going for a scrappy fake out into Lunala. Don't you think? What's he got in the back? I do think that if he's scrappy, which they tend to be, he's not going to Mega Evolve, and so my Medicham will be faster after Mega Evolving. I'm going to fake out his Kangaskhan, knowing full well they can be in the focus, but they tend to be scrappy now, and I can't see any better targets for a Z move than that Landorus there. It could very easily protect here, and I'm thinking maybe I do want to be Tailwinding here instead. I know Graham does like to Tailwind, but we are still faster than most of his team. So he has Mega Evolved. So this is maybe a speed tie between Kangaskhan and Medicham. But if he's going for a bite, obviously we'll get the fake out on him. Yeah, he's not going to be faking out my Medicham, is he? So, oh, it's a Scarfed Landorus. Okay. So he's broken my Shadow Shield. And something is going to be coming in on the Z move. So this is where maybe Tailwinding would have been better. Okay, I'll dab that. I think if it's a bulky Xerneas, it will survive. I think a very frail Xerneas, i.e. no bulk investment at all. I think this can one-shot it, but either way, we're in a decent position now. I think. Tailwinding that turn could have been good for us as well. I think I'd maybe want to Tailwind this next turn, perhaps. We'll see if this knocks out Xerneas or not first before we start formulating our plans. But this is going to do a lot of damage. It's not going to enjoy it. Ooh, okay, wow, it's actually quite a bulky Xerneas. Okay. So if it is that bulky, like this is where knowing your calculations would be good, because if you know that Xerneas has got a lot of bulk in it, which I'm suspecting it has, it's probably not timid max speed, and my Luna will be able to outspeed it. So I'm going to go for a high jump kick into Kangaskhan and Moongeist Beam into the Xerneas. Or do I Tailwind here? Because you've still got a Scarf Landorus in the back. But I don't want that Xerneas Geomancying. So I am just going to Moongeist Beam, assuming here that my Lunala is faster. He could bring Kangaskhan out for... Oh, it is a speed tie. He could bring Kangaskhan out for Landorus, but he risks that speed tie. I didn't appreciate the fact that it could have been a speed tie there. That's really bad though, because I think how well that Xerneas took the the Z move there. I think Lunala would have been faster, and the amount of damage that did. The Z move is basically 2 Moon Ice beams. I'm pretty sure it's under 33% there. We would have gotten the knockout there as well too. So that speed tie was really bad to lose. That was really bad for us actually. But had I appreciated the speed tie there, would I have done anything different? Maybe I should have just poison jabbed the Xerneas there and swapped the Lunala into something else. What was this guy's last restricted Pokemon? It was another Kyogre, wasn't it? I think I'll put Lele out. Because this forces him. If he just Dazzling Gleams here, Lele survives. Okay, it's an Amoonguss. And that's a shame. So even without the Psychic Terrain, I don't think Bullet Punch would have knocked out Xerneas there. We are at -1. But no, we definitely can't Bullet Punch it, obviously. I think the game is over, to be completely honest right now. Yeah, we can't protect either of these Pokemon. So we'll just try and attack, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, he doesn't even need to be cheeky here and, like, protect his Xerneas for a Spore. Like, he doesn't need to do that at all. He just needs to Moonblast the Lele, to be honest. That's all he needs to do. But he Dazzling Gleams. Lele should survive. We'll get a decent amount of damage on the Amoonguss. If we knock the Amoonguss out, well, we're not. I don't think we'd still be in it either way. So, yeah. Oh well, you know, the game came down to a speed tie, which, like, oh yeah, obviously it's like, you know, sort of slightly annoying, but yeah, maybe I should have just poison jabbed the Xerneas there. Okay, I'm learning, so whenever there's a Xerneas, make sure it has no way to Geomancy at all. I just thought if I'm knocking the Kangaskhan out, my Lunala should be faster and knock out the Xerneas from where it is too, and we should be fine, but seems not. We'll Origin Pulse, but, I mean, no, we'll not. Let's just get out of here. I can't be bothered. Let's look for one more game. Let's not waste any more time. I mean, yeah. I mean, he Dazzling Gleams there. Kyogre takes a massive chunk of damage. We probably don't knock the Amoonguss out with an Origin Pulse. He Spores us. We've got to go through another turn of attacks. Yeah, we'll just forfeit. And look for one more game. But, yeah, okay. That is a shame, that. So, Kangaskhan, in past years, tended to have quite a lot of bulk on them. There weren't Jolly Max Speed. The Kangaskhan I used last week was Jolly Max Speed, and I think every Kangaskhan that I've seen used this format has been Jolly Max Speed as well too. So I guess I should have expected that, but still, Medicham, Kangaskhan, same base speed. Shame to lose the speed tie, as I said a million times before. And yeah, should have just poison jabbed the Xerneas and swapped Lunala into Lele, I guess, would have made more sense. But Chantal with, okay, a very Malcolm-looking team. Raichu and Coco. Okay. This is like super Australia battle. Although I don't think they were from Australia. What do we do here then? So Raichu's going to have the faster fake out. We really want a Tailwind here, don't we? But will we be able to? That Rayquaza, as I'm looking at these middle two, the two electrics, the Rayquaza could easily be a huge problem for us as well. Maybe Coco. I'm thinking Coco Lunala, but if he leads Incineroar, that's not too good for us, but we'll go it just because it's a different lead. Coco Lunala with Kyogre in the back, which will take care of the Incineroar, but Medicham, Lele. I think we need Lele actually, just for the terrain, and it is scarfed as well, which is nice. But yeah, this is an unusual matchup. Not every day you come across an Alolan Raichu and Coco. Not every day you come across a Medicham, is it either? But I'm not bringing it here. Can't even remember where this person was from. I wonder if they know Malcolm. Mogar VGC is the guy known for using Alolan Raichu and Tapu Koko, but I suppose other people exist that use those two as well. It is Incineroar and Rayquaza. Okay, so Incineroar is not good for us. Yeah, I was worried about Rayquaza as well. But maybe. Oh, I'm not sure what I do. I need to get damage on that Rayquaza. He could just fake out the Coco. We are assault vested, so we'll take. I'm assuming we'll take enough power. This spread is a bit different to the assault vest Coco that I used, but we seem to be having a bit of lag here, don't we? There we go. Right. So I'm just gonna go for an Electro Web, and I'm gonna. I want to fire off my Z move straight away, but maybe Tailwinding is better, just because the Incineroar could very easily snarl. Yeah, I'm gonna try and fire off my Z move straight away. Maybe it's a mistake. Maybe I'm being a little bit too trigger happy here, but if there's a fake out, then there's not a snarl. If there's not a fake out, we are getting control of the speed with the Electro Web, but we're probably going to be taking some casualties. So it is a fake out. And it is a crunch. Okay. Well, I hope we can take this. We can take this with 1 HP. Okay. Graham has got, I think he's got a little bit of bulk in this Lunala as well too. So that bulk has come up for us there. Maybe it's like, maybe it is EV'd exactly for that. Who knows? But I think doing that amount of damage is that banded. I don't think Assault Vest would do that amount. So this Z move might take out Rayquaza straight away, and if it does, that's amazing for us. Because then we should be able to Tailwind next turn. I do suspect that Rayquaza will survive this, but we can hope, can't we? Oh no, yes. Thank you very much, Lunala. So, Solgaleo, Raichu, Coco. I suppose he has got all over the faster things. Maybe we're not going to get a Tailwind. It is Coco. Surely he has to target my Lunala here. So I think it's either going to be a Dazzling Gleam or an Electro Web of his own. But I think as long as I get an Electro Web here, my Kyogre looks very good to come in and sweep, as long as he hasn't got Raichu in the back. If he's got Solgaleo in the back, with Wide Guard, that could be an issue. But with Electro Web and just because I think we will definitely get an Electro Web off here, I'm just going to Moondice Beam into the Coco. I think Lunala will go down before it gets a chance to do anything. Yeah, it is just a Dazzling Gleam. He wins that speed tie as well too, assuming it's not a Scarf Coco. Electro Web, nice, yep. And Incineroar's probably going to U-turn. They always U-turn. But as long as it's not... Oh, it's just a Snarl. I'm fine with that. But as long as... I was going to say, as long as it's not Raichu in the back, we should be okay. But if it's Solgaleo with Wide Guard, I did ask Graham, do you like Origin Pulse over Scald? And he was like, yeah. Like I like Scald. He likes Origin Pulse. If that Coco was sitting there next to a wide guarding Solgaleo, then we'd have some mind games. Whereas if we had Scald, we'd just be able to get some definitive damage off. But we don't have to worry about that because we can just Water Spout here. And Coco. I think we'll keep it in. I think I'll just Electro Web again. Or I'm just worried about if that is an Assault Vested Coco, it will probably survive this. So I'm actually just going to go for a Nature's Madness and a Water Spout. But that right hand slot is going to be taking damage. It's either going to be sacrificed or something in the back is going to be sacrificed pretty much. Okay, Coco protects. So we know it's not an Assault Vested Coco. And that slot is going to be sacrificed. But now, if it is Solgaleo, which is what I'm expecting, we're going to be in that situation of, as it got a wide guard. Or even Trick Room, but that would make things awkward, wouldn't it? But we'll see. It could still be Raichu, and it is the Raichu. Alrighty then. So what I'm thinking is going for another Electro Web. At least we've got that Coco locked in at -1. I'm expecting that Raichu is... Oh no, that doesn't work, does it? I'm expecting that Raichu is the Stoked Spark Surfer. But yeah, I'm going to Electro Web again, and I'm going to swap Kyogre into Lele to take the Stoked Spark Surfer and get rid of the electric terrain. I'm not going to swap the Coco out because then, if I'll have to bring it back in again, and that'll get the electric terrain back up. But as long as I leave Coco in now, and as long as I do get the Electro Web off, both the Pokemon are going to be slower than Kyogre, which is still at full speed. So, Fake Out, okay, that covers that too. Electro, yeah, okay, we're sorted then. So, yeah, that works. I didn't think it'd go for the Fake Out there, but this works too. And it's just got a Thunderbolt. Yeah, that's probably a more offensive Coco. It doesn't really matter what happens now. His Pokemon are at reduced speeds. And we've got Kyogre in the back that can just Water Spout through. There's nothing he can do here. There's no way that Raichu at -1 start speeds Kyogre. This Kyogre is very fast as well. And yeah, Psyshock is enough to take care of Coco in terrain. The Raichu is super slow now, so even if it's got agility, it's still gonna be slower than Coco. And it is probably the Stoked Spark Surfer. Yeah, at least we'll get to see the animation, but is also a little bit of a waste of time. But it's a cool animation, and I hope it's not copyrighted because I want to show it. It is a cool move. Like, just that it protects. It paralyzes through protect, I think is really cool. It hasn't really been explored too far in VGC either. But yeah, I can just bring Kyogre back in now. And Water Spout. Yeah, this Kyogre hasn't got much investment in special attack, actually. It doesn't matter what we do here, does it? Let's just see the animation for Wild Charge, why not? You might just forfeit anyway. Yeah, he has. Okay, so, a reasonably successful video 1 with this team. Unfortunately, it's me tying the second game, but, I'm just a boys and jabbed, I guess. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Please like and share and subscribe my channel, and make sure everyone knows all about this, because I've quite enjoyed doing this again. I will need to prepare for Worlds myself at some point, so I don't know how many more I'm going to be doing after this week or next week, but we'll see, won't we? But for now, guys, I'll see you at the next one. Bye for now.